Hi everyone, I hope you are all doing well and you're staying nice and warm on these very cold days. I really hope that the sun's going to come out and warm us up today. But let's read in our Bible. Remember, we're reading about Jesus's miracles. Good job. Let's see what miracle he does today. Our story today is called Just Sleeping. Passing through the crowds and speaking to the woman had taken up lots of time. Just then a messenger ran up to say that Jairus' daughter had died. Poor Jairus was heartbroken, and Jesus carried on walking. And he walked and he walked. "Trust me," Jesus said. They arrived at the house to the sound of crying. "Why are you all crying?" asked Jesus. "Why are you so sad? The girl is not dead. She is only sleeping." And he went to her room, where he took one of her hands in his own and quietly said to her, "Wake up, my child." In that moment, the little girl opened her eyes. She smiled at Jesus and hugged him. And then she hugged her overjoyed parents. So Jesus brought somebody else back who had died, and Jesus brought them back. So let's put our hands together. Eyes closed. Dear Lord Jesus, thank you for the beautiful day. Thank you for my friends and my family. Thank you for sending us rain. Please keep me safe from all harm. We love you, Lord Jesus. Amen. Who is the king of the jungle? Who is the king of the sea? Bubble, bubble, bubble. Who is the king of the universe? Who's the king of me? I'll tell you, J-E-S-U-S. Yes, he is the king of me. He is the king of the universe, the jungle and the sea. Bubble, bubble, bubble. Hoo, hoo. Hoo, hoo. Hoo, hoo. Who is the king of the jungle? Who is the king of the sea? Bubble, bubble, bubble. Who is the king of the universe? Who's the king of me? I'll tell you, J-E-S-U-S. Yes, he is the king of me. He is the king of the universe, the jungle and the sea. Bubble, bubble, bubble. Hoo, hoo. Hoo, hoo. Hoo, hoo. Hoo, hoo. Who is the king of the jungle? Who is the king of the sea? Bubble, bubble, bubble. Who is the king of the universe? Who's the king of me? I'll tell you, J-E-S-U-S. Yes, he is the king of me. He is the king of the universe, the jungle and the sea. Bubble, bubble, bubble. He is the king of the universe, the jungle and the sea. Bubble, bubble, bubble. Hoo, hoo. Hoo, hoo. Hoo. Yesterday, when we did our weather chart, we said that our weather was cloudy. But after we finished with the weather chart, all of a sudden it started to rain. And it rained and it rained and it rained all day long. So I changed our weather chart to show us that yesterday it was raining. But our weather today looks a little bit better. It's still cold, but it's still cloudy. So the rain has stopped for now, but the clouds are still there. So we need to change the weather chart to show that it's cloudy. Hopefully the sun will come out and it will warm up a little bit. Yesterday was Wednesday, so today is Thursday. Well done. Yesterday was 17 June, so today is 18, a 1 and a 8. And it's still June and it's still winter. Can we read it together? All right. Our weather for today is cold and cloudy. Today is Thursday, the 18th of June. The season is winter. Our theme this week is pets. We're talking about pets this week. And today we're going to talk a little bit about what pets need. Okay, because hopefully you've been helping mommy and daddy to look after the pets at home that you might have, or you have a pretend pet, a teddy bear or a toy that you've been helping to look after. So, what do animals or pets need? Pets are just like us, okay? They need food to eat, but it's up to us to make sure the pets have food, because pets can't go to the shop and buy their own food, so we need to make sure that our pets have something to eat. And sometimes, depending on your pet, they might have a bowl of food that they can eat whenever they want, or sometimes you feed them breakfast and then you'll feed them supper. Maybe you only feed them in the morning or at night. But it all depends. It depends on what animal you have and how your mommy and daddy think it's best for them to get their food. So like my doggy has got a bowl of food that she can eat from all day, but at supper time she gets a special supper. So that's what food she gets. Same as with my cat, only gets a bowl of food for the whole day, and then at night he gets a special supper. But Danny Dinosaur's not like that. He loves his breakfast. So every day we only give Danny Dinosaur breakfast. See, animals are different. So they need food. They also need water. Just like us, animals get thirsty. And we need to make sure that their food and their water is somewhere that animals can reach it. So if you've got a dog, are you going to put their food and their water high on top of the kitchen table? Can they reach it there? No, they can't jump up onto the table to get to their food. So their food needs to go where they can reach it, because otherwise they're not going to have food and water. Hey. So animals are like us and they need food and water. Something else animals need is a warm place to sleep. So for some animals this might be a cage or a tank. Or if you've got a dog or a cat, maybe they have a bed to sleep in. But we need to make sure that they stay warm because it's been very cold, hey? It's been very, very cold these past few days, and now we're going into winter, so it's going to get even colder. So we must make sure that our animals are warm in their beds and maybe they need a blanket or they need a hot water bottle. Danny Dinosaur loves his hot water bottle. He must have it every night before he goes to sleep because he gets very, very cold. So they need a warm bed to sleep in, and then sometimes they might need, like we said yesterday, a snake or a tortoise needs that special light that makes it warm. So we need to make sure that our pets are nice and warm. And maybe if you've got a bird at night, you put a blanket over the cage to make sure the bird doesn't get cold. So that's 3 things. So we did food and water and a warm bed. Then we also need to help keep our animals home and the animal itself clean. Like a dog, you might need to bath your dog, or maybe you need to wash your pet's blankets when it's getting a bit dirty, or maybe if you've got a cat, you need to clean out the cat's litter tray, the cat's toilet. You might have to clean that out. Yeah, that's something you have to do. If you've got a pet, you need to make sure that it's clean. Same as with dogs, because dogs don't go to the toilet in a toilet like we do. They go out on the grass. And if we don't pick it up, somebody's going to stand on it, and it's going to be very, very gross. So I know it's Bronwyn has to also pick up all the doggy poo outside. It's gross, but that's what we have to do if you want to have a pet. You have to make sure they're clean. And if you've got a hamster, you have to make sure all the hamster sawdust is clean and that the bird's cage is clean. So there's lots and lots of different things that we need to think about if we want to look after a pet properly. Okay, so we did food, water, a warm place to sleep or to live, and we have to clean up after our pets. Then there's one more thing. And this is the most important thing about having a pet. If you want to have a pet, you must remember to give your pet love. Because that's the most important thing. If you've got a pet, you have to give them love and pet them and stroke them and even play with them. Like your dog, you can go play out with them in the yard, or you can take them for a walk. Or maybe your cat has a favorite toy and you can play with them. If you've got a bird, maybe you're lucky and you can take your bird out your cage and you can give it a little bit of a love, or you can even just talk to them. You know, Teacher Bronwyn talks to her animals all the time. Do you know why? This is the best part about having a pet. Is they don't interrupt you. They don't start talking when I'm talking. They just listen to me all day long. So you can show your pet that you love them by talking to them. It's easy. Hey, so those are 5 things to remember. They need food, water, they need a bed to sleep in, you need to help them stay clean, and you need to give them love. Then, this is very important. This is very, very important, because what happens when your pet is sick? What do we do when we get sick? We go to the doctor. But now, can we take our pet dog to the doctor? No, a doctor is for people, not for animals. So who can we take our pets to? We take them to the vet. Good job, well done. A vet is a special doctor, and they make sure that your pets are healthy. But they don't only help pets. They help all sorts of animals. They will help your pets. They will help the cows and the sheep and the chickens and the horses. They look after all the animals. So, A doctor only has to look after people. So that's one thing they have to know. They have to look after people. But a vet has to look after dogs and cats and birds and bunny rabbits and hamsters and sheep and cows and horses and lots and lots and lots of other different things. So a vet is very important. And a vet is very, very clever because they help to look after all different kinds of animals. And just like a doctor, a vet can even do an operation on an animal. Can fix a broken leg, or maybe he's got a cut and he can fix the cut. So a vet's got a very important job. And it's good to have vets so that we have somebody to take our sick animals to. I really hope that you guys are going to remember how we can take care of our animals. We make sure they've got food and water, a place to sleep. We make sure they're clean and we give them lots and lots of love. And when they get sick, where do we take them to? The vet. Our story today is called Jolly Monster's Birthday. And we're reading about Jolly Monster because Jolly starts with our new sound that we're going to learn about later. So we're going to finish with the insect and we're going to start learning about our new sound that says J. Okay, so now we're going to read Jolly Monster's Birthday. It was Jolly Monster's birthday and he was giving a great big birthday party. All his monster friends had been invited and Jolly Monster was hoping for some very large presents. But what he wanted most of all was a big surprise. In the first box was an enormous pair of tackies with red shoelaces. I could run a marathon in these, said Jolly Monster. When he opened the next box, he found a t-shirt. Not quite the right size for him. Most of his friends had bought useful things like a huge pair of socks, gigantic gloves. But he received a hat that was far too small. Some brought games and large balloons that could be seen from far away. There were stacks full of sweets and lollipops as tall as trees. All of a sudden, somebody yelled, "Hide your eyes, Jolly Monster! Here comes the big surprise." Running across the garden came a lorry loaded down with, what do you think? What do you think came on the big truck? What came with the big truck was the biggest blow-up jumping castle you have ever seen in your life. Just perfect for Jolly Monster and his friends to jump on all day long. I wished for a big surprise, said Jolly Monster. And this is perfect, laughed Jolly Monster. And he jumped, and he jumped, and he jumped on his jumping castle all day long. That looks like fun, hey? Do you guys like jumping on jumping castles? It's lots of fun to jump. What a wonderful story, and I can't wait for later where we're going to learn about our new sound. Can you tell me what that sound was? We're going to learn about J. Well done. But for now, I'm going to say bye. You guys must keep warm today, stay safe, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Love you.